What's up guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Claude Mott and I am the owner of Seasonings. And this channel guys, we post quick and easy recipe and we also share a lot of small business tips. Recently guys, I decided to rebrand my business and now I'm preparing for my pre-launch in June 1st. And now I am recording behind the scene and showing you guys everything that I'm doing to prepare for my launch in June 1st at 12 p.m. Eastern time. If you are new to my channel guys, thank you so much for stopping by and giving me a chance and watching my video. Please remember to subscribe, to like and comment and share. And if you are returning to my channel, welcome back. So today, the video I'm doing today is a highly requested video. A lot of people always asking me how I do my nutrition label. I know I've been doing a lot of research on how I can do it for free. I know that you can do it on online label, but there's so much behind it. So I wanted to find a software where you can do FDA compliant nutrition label. So the software that I'm going to be using for my nutrition label called ReciPal. I know ReciPal is not free. They only allow you to do a certain label. However, there's a dashboard for their free trial, and that dashboard, as long as you have nutrition label already in there, you can always go back, edit your label and reprint them. Whenever you have a new recipe, a new spice, a new seasoning, whatever you have in that is consumer good, you go back to your dashboard, re-edit that, download that and reprint it. And also guys, I'm going to show you guys how I print my label for cheap. I used to use online label to print my nutrition label. Online label is the best. I have the best experience with them so far. However, they are very pricey. So for my nutrition label, since they are very simple black and white label, so I decided to go on Amazon and find thermal label, because I have a thermal printer. The thermal printer is the printer that you use to print your shipping label. It is a thermal printer that is activated by heat and it doesn't need any ink or ribbon, so it's very cheap and very affordable. So what I did is I went on Amazon and I brought a couple of label for my thermal label and decided that I'm going to print my nutrition label in there. Online label is great. I still use online label for my product. This is a blank label that I get, and then I just use their software and add my logos in there and just drag it on the label and just print it and put it in there to have on my product. So online label is really good. However, if you can find a way around it to save your money and save some point, then that's what you should do. And I'm going to show you that today. So now let's start with the tutorial. So what I do is I go to ReciPal. So let me start sharing my screen with you guys. You can see on my screen right here. So what I do is I go to ReciPal. When you go there, it says create a free label. So when you go there, you can create an account and it tells you why you're creating the account for. But me, I already have an account, so I'm just going to log in. When you log in, it's going to take you to a recipe dashboard. Guys, if you want to do it yourself or whatever, these are the pricing. If you have the funding, you want to do that, please go ahead by all means and do that, but when you are a small business, you're always finding ways to do things that are cost effective, even though it takes a little while. But however, you find a way to make it work. So I was already working a couple label. So the good thing is whenever you use ReciPal, whatever label that you were using previously, it still stays in your dashboard. So instead of me going back and creating new label for every recipe, which I already use my free trial subscription, and I can't do that anymore. So what I do is I go to a recipe and edit recipe. And one thing about ReciPal is their label are FDA compliant, guys. And everything, when you are using ingredient, when you see the 2 double check mark, it says that those are verified USDA database ingredient. So do not lie to your customer, guys. If you are not using organic product and you are not using, products that are not FDA or whatever compliant, make sure you let your customer know, because when you're building a business, you want to build trust with your customer. So me, for my business, everything that I use, they all organic with no preservative and no additive. So I make sure, in my nutrition label, at the end of my ingredient, I make sure to let people know that my stuff are organic. Not only it is mentioned on my website, but I also make sure to let them know that on my nutrition label as well. So now let's create a new recipe. Whenever you're creating a new recipe, it means that you are creating a new label. So let's say I'm creating a hot sauce, for example. So I want to add onions. So when you go there, it says onion. When you see the 2 double check mark, it says that this one is a verified I mean, it's a verified USDA database ingredient, sorry. So now I click on onion, not scallion, because this one say scallion. So I click on onion, sweet onion, and add it to recipe. So let's say I want to add habanero. So now when you see this little triangle right there, it says that this one was added by an unverified user. So since I have habanero and hot pepper sauce, so I'm just going to, you know, add habanero in there. Add. And then let's say I want to add bell pepper. So it tells you different bell pepper, orange bell pepper. I just add it in there. Let's say if I say red, would red come up? Yep, it says red bell pepper, so I just add it in there. So let's say I want to add lime juice. So there we go, lime juice. So I just add it in there. And then down here, guys, it gives you the quantity of everything you're adding. And whenever you are adding the quantity in there, it also increase in here as well. It will show you the total carb, the total sugar, and it also even show you the protein percentage if you want to add that in there. So let's say we're gonna do a little quick and play with this. So this one say we have 1 onion. Let's say we have 2 onions. So let's say we have 2. You see, soon as I put 2, the gram increase and the carbohydrate also increase in here as well. So you say 1 medium. Let's say we use half a cup. You know, you can just go ahead, you know, and tweak your recipe. Make sure you take note of your recipe so that you can know, you know, what you are adding when you are doing your nutrition label. And also down here it says what is the net weight of your package. So a small hot sauce bottle is like 5 ounces, I believe, 5 or 12 ounce. So I just put 5 ounce in here. It says how many does this recipe make. I'm making a hot sauce. I just leave it at 1. This you don't really have to put anything in there because it doesn't show in the nutrition label. So, and then it says suggesting service size. I said 1 teaspoon, and they say how many serving this package can sell. I said 30. If you're not really sure, you can always go to another, you know, company that sell hot sauce or sell a product that's similar that you make, so you can see the bottle how many serving it can make. So now what I do is after I have this, you know, I click on go straight to label. One thing I like about this one is it gives you the option if you want to list your ingredient in there, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Like let's say you click on hide ingredient list, immediately you see the ingredient list disappear. So I'm just going to, you know, leave it in there for now so I can show you guys the difference. But I just want to hide my ingredient list. Reason why I do that is because everything is fully detailed on my website, so before you buy you can read the description and see what you are getting. So I just hide the ingredient list, and also, you know, it allows you to put your address. I really like the fact that you can put your address in your nutrition label. It makes it look more professional. And these are a lot of drop down button that, you know, you can choose the style of your label, and also you can choose to add the nutrition in your label. If you want to show the sugar alcohol, you can do that. If you want to show the protein percentage, yes, you can do that. And also if you want to show the vitamins in your, you know, nutrition label, you can do that as well. And one thing it says here, it's like it says that things that you can claim in your recipe and your nutrition label, and you can, you know, read it here, because everything that you use in this software, they are FDA compliant. So it says that yes, you are able to claim that, you know, your seasoning or your recipe and so forth, you know, as long as you are making sure that you are entering the correct recipe that you actually use in your product and it's showing in here, yet you can claim that, you know, your recipe or whatever's in your product, they are FDA compliant. So now when we're done with this, we're not going to save as a PDF because we're going to print it in a thermal label. If you are printed it in a regular printer, then yes, you can save it as a PDF. But what I do is I save my label as an image. So I'm going to click save as an image. Okay. And open. Yep. And this is my label in here. It looks pretty neat, pretty nice, very, you know, professional. It looks very professional. It shows you the calorie, shows you the carbohydrate, the sodium, the cholesterol, and all of that. And I also have the address down here, you know, very professional. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print this on my thermal label. When you are printing it, make sure you are selecting the size. Me, I want to print a 3x3 label, and I also want to print a 2x2 label because I'm going to put it on 2 different type of bottle. So okay, so now that I have my label, some printer guys like me, what I was trying to do is, you know, try to print it, you know, directly from my printer, from my thermal printer. And I selected the size of the label that I have, which is a 3x3. And now when I see it, even though I rotate it, even though I try to scale and everything, you know, it wasn't really working in a way that I wanted to show. So what I do, if you already, you know, got your label maybe from Avery or from online label, so you do have access to their software. So I have access to the online label software. So I'm just going to open the software. You can see down here, I already have a label down here already. So what you can do is you can, you know, upload a picture. What you can do is you can upload a picture because you already uploaded your label as an image from ReciPal. So you just added your label in there. And what you will do is you will drag your label. You know what, let me delete this so you can have an understanding. So you drag your label, and down here you're going to fix the size of your label. So I open the lock, press 3, and then press the lock, and now there you go, you have your label in there and the exact size that you want. Just make sure you don't go over the corner because you want to make sure that everything that you are printed will fit in your label. So there you go. So I have it right here. This is my label, and then I will go to File and then Export, and then I'm going to export as a single design. You can either export as a PDF document or as an image, whichever one you prefer. I'll just export it as an image. And then there you go, guys. Now my label is ready to print. So now I go to File, Print, look for my printer's already in there, look for the size that I want. It's a 3x3, so no matter how I print, it's gonna be good. And there you go. Look at the printer, how it look in here. However you see in here, this is how it's going to look in your printer when you print it. Okay, now let me go print it. And if you want to make it a little bit bigger, you can go to Scale. Let's say if I do 30%. So you can see 30%, you know, it's really big. So I'm just going to leave it at 27 because I want some round corners in there. So I leave it at 27. So now I'm going to my turbo printer and I'm going to print my label. Okay, I'm downstairs in my workspace, and you know the visual is not that great, but this is my printer. You can see I'm going to open it so you can see the label. So this is the label in there, and it's a 3x3 label. So I'm just going to close it, and I'm going to print my label. So I'm just going to do 5 for now. So I'm going to do 5 and print. And there it is. Cheap label. And there it is, guys. Very cheap and affordable. This is what my labels look like. And one thing that is really good about this label, guys, is, you know, they are waterproof as well. They will not get wet, so which is a really good thing. So yeah, this is my labels. So now I'm just going to, you know, add it on my jar. Take one label, you know, and add it on the jar, and there we go. Really nice and very professional. And this was a smaller size, a 2x2 that I printed because I wanted to see how it looked like. It's a 2x2, and this is what the 3x3 look like in there. Guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. So now let's move on to the quick and easy recipe. Okay guys, we're not going to take long. It's a very quick and easy recipe. I am making pasta with sauce with ground beef, and for the ground beef I season it with the meat seasoning, the organic meat seasoning, flavor mild. And when you are making your dish, make sure you adjust the seasoning based on your preference. And when you are cooking your pasta, make sure you follow the direction that is on the box as well. This recipe is very easy guys, and as you will see, I do not add any extra salt, no ground pepper, nothing. Everything is already in the seasoning. Very simple. And I just add the onion and bell pepper, and after that I just add my tomato sauce and let it simmer for 5 to 10 minutes and serve. Guys, the reason why I'm releasing these recipes is because when we launch on June 1st, I want you to have an idea and be excited with what you are going to make with your seasoning. And that's it guys, I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. Alright guys, thank you for sticking with me until the end of this video. The next video that I'm going to be posting next week will be showing you guys how I take my product photography. I went to a website because I wanted really nice backdrop for my product photography, but they were so expensive. So of course, as you know, yes, I found a way around it to make it very cheap and affordable. So if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel. That way you can be notified when that new video is posted. Thank you so much for sticking with me until the end of this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.